3 is the future.
Welcome, crew, to What Are Your Three, a Channel 3 podcast where we take a member of the Channel 3 community, try to figure out if they have a gun pointed at me underneath the desk. Literally or figuratively, I don't know. and we're just going to see what happens from here. And like the best part is there's going to be like an autopsy done on several months of activity when all is said and done here, and I can't wait. And I know there's just like I'm just trying to figure out if it's like a little 22 under the desk that's pointed at me, like a little pea shooter, or if there's just like a full-on sawed-off shotgun. Can't wait. I'm Dan. I'm flying solo, so I'm just going to be catching strays all night long because Ray's not here for this one. We told you he's going to be in and out. You know, kids, that happens. But I'm here, and I'm here with my guests. We're back for a 2.0 episode with Ian R. Nexian World, whatever else, whatever Lele Cernai, whatever we're calling you at a different time. But next Ian World, Ian R. is back.
New podcast, new Twitch username. You know how it is, Dan.
New attitude, because that's the thing I'm most looking forward to in this entire thing. He is emboldened and giddy, and I don't even know. We always talk for a few minutes before these things start, and we kept the pre-talk to a minimum just because we just had to see what's going to happen here. So let's do this. Let us go. Find him at ENR, of course, on Channel 3. But so tell us about, or do we want to save the updated gamer tag for later? But tell us about where your gamer tag came from. So we usually ask now. We'll go with your Twitch tag.
Okay. So I admittedly wanted to retire the Minecraft username that I had for a very long time. And can I just pull up the quest where I told like the whole story? I think that would be a little bit easier.
You can absolutely do that. Yeah, because there was just a day where we're on Twitch and we're used to the old Ian username, and then all of a sudden I have to pay attention to a new one as Nexian World appears.
Yes. Nexian World.
Did I do a good job vamping and filling space while you got that quest pulled up? You like how I did that just seamlessly, and I'm going to leave this
that was
in here
great.
To make it obvious.
That was great. And the nice thing about this quest too is that I just had to search gamertag and it popped right up.
Beautiful when everything, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes. So new gamertag that I'm using on all platforms except for Channel 3 currently, but I guess I can talk to Big Joel and have that be changed.
If you want it done, say so right now, because then I can change your episode title. I can do that. You want Nexian World?
Take the world off, but yes, that would be cool.
Nexian, done. Consider it done. It'll be done. The episode will be released as Nexian 2.0.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So, new name. Decided on Nexian World or Nexian as the nickname. There's a couple of different parts to the name, but the way that I wrote it in the quest is that it's kind of a very short TLDR of me and my interests in a way. So I've pretty much always been obsessed with technology and video games, online media, and the idea of the internet itself and people interacting and connecting online to me has always been kind of wild, even though it's been normal for my entire life. So
I wouldn't say let's not say it's been normal. Let's say it's been the status quo.
Yeah.
It's been a cultural standard. I wouldn't say it's been normal.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But the nex in Nexian comes from the word nexus, which is defined as a connection to something. So in that way, it's kind of symbolic of my connection to the people that I've met on Channel 3 online and my friends' connections back to me as well. And for some reason, the word nexus always just kind of has a technological kind of sound to it to me, even though it's not by definition.
I blame Star Trek.
Yeah. I've never really been much of a fan of Star Trek. I mean, I never watched it, so I can't really be a fan, but
Well,
pop
in
culture will
Star
do
Trek, in
pop
Star
culture
Trek
things. So
Generations, the Nexus is an interdimensional plane that exists there, and that's really where it really came about in the 90s. Really came into popular use.
oh man. But moving on. The world is really more, it was kind of a filler word when I came up with the username because, you know, Nexian, 6 letters, that's not going to be available on most platforms.
Yeah, so you
But
filled it out.
the world still does have a level of importance because all of the games that I plan or that I planned on at the time and still do make content on um are focused on some level of world building, whether it be, you know, a procedural world like Minecraft or Hytale or Mario Kart World, obviously known for its open world. Um so yeah, streaming games that have worlds, kind of implied, but you know, nice word to kind of add some length, make sure it's available on all platforms. But at the center of Nexian World, and specifically at the end of Nexian, is my name, Ian. And it makes it feel a lot more unique to me because, you know, it is the name I was born with and respond to every day. So it keeps my identity kind of in the middle of the name. And it's also a constant visual reminder that I am also the central piece to the content that I make. So, you know, ooh, that gamer tag, that happened quickly. Way to go,
I
Dan.
You said, listen, I told you it would take me 2 seconds. You didn't need Big
I
Daddy
did.
Joel to take care, but I had that one covered.
Nice.
So it's
But yes,
done. This welcome to Nexian 2.0 is an episode.
yes, that is the lore behind Nexian. And now everyone on channel 3 is gonna have to get used to doing at Nexian instead of at Ian or at Ian R, which is always really funny when people do at Ian R because, you know, I never get notified of the ping if they like don't actually complete, if they didn't complete it with the R at the end of it. So I'll just see a random post with an at Ian. It's like, yeah, they're talking about me, but I didn't get notified that they're talking about me. But that's besides the point.
This will solve that problem. Awesome. Well, let's jump right into it because you mentioned a couple of the games we're going to hit tonight here, and the first one is of course Mario Kart World, a game that, you know, as I'm looking through a lot of activities from a year ago. We were in the heat of it right now.
Yes.
We went from zaprudering like, wait, what did they reveal in that 30-second trailer for the Switch 2 to nope, here it is, and here's a, was it the 18th where we got the direct? Like I feel like it was, the direct was right around now too.
It was right around this time, yeah, because I had made that super post where I was like using ChatGPT to speculate on what they would put in the direct. And that popped up in my memories today. So it was the 17th of April, I think. Yes. Or it could have been the 18th.
No. That makes sense because it would have been a Thursday then, and that would have been tomorrow, today, whatever. Yeah. We're recording on Thursday the 16th, so it would have been, whatever. Math is hard.
Yes, it is.
All right, so you went from feeding some dumb bot to so what were your expectations then a year ago? Is like we were all waiting for, it was probably like 5 years of the Switch 2 being announced until we finally got it. Now the PlayStation 6 garbage has started, and I can't wait to go for another 3 years of that. But anyway, but so where were you at initially when you're like, oh wait, we're getting Mario Kart right away? Like what were you wanting? What did you see? What did you expect? What did you think?
I was on the board of they're gonna do something different with Mario Kart. I just wasn't sure how different they were gonna go with it. And of course,
just run it back. Yeah.
The direction of different that they went with this game is arguably the most divisive thing about it. Obviously, being the open world. And so open world, the main way you race in Mario Kart World is not just driving 3 laps around a track. It's a point A to point B where your race ends with a single lap at your point B. And
the community not a fan of the rally style? Is that what's
yeah, I mean, it's weird because like in races, people will complain about it, but then Knockout Tour just happens to be the fan favorite, which is ironic because that is just point A to point B,
F,
C, D,
point F,
E.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're just driving from track to track to track in a straight line, and your goal is just to not get bottom four. So
Is that the wider? I mean, are you more in touch with the community, the wider community as a whole with World? Is that in fact the larger? I'm not going to Reddit to find out these answers. I would rather light myself on fire than go there for that answer.
I wouldn't say in touch necessarily. I mean, it's not like I'm a Reddit lurker or anything, but
you
I do.
You are a youth correspondent here, though.
Yes, but I am on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
We don't call it that. No. Yeah.
No, it will always be Twitter to me. But I do lurk Twitter every once in a while, and I remember when the game first came out, everyone was complaining a lot about the races. Granted, it wasn't just the races itself. I think it was also just the contrast of also having the option to race all the tracks as a 3-lap traditional circuit. And everyone's like, oh, this is clearly the way the game is made to be played. It's like, no, it's not.
It truly is not. They literally designed everything in that game.
Yeah.
Like nothing is a mistake and nothing is an accident. That's
yes. It's all very. I'm going to be cautious about using the word well here because I would agree with using the word well, but I know not everyone would. Very well crafted world.
All right.
Because there's some takes that I've seen about the open world. It's just like valid complaint, but I don't know.
Yeah. Also we have years ahead of this thing. Like this is not a finished product still. And not a like, oh, let's release it and figure it out later. Like, no, there's a board behind a board behind a board that's got all of this stuff already figured out that they are.
There's a reason why we got Bomb on Blast 8 months after release.
Yep. Yeah, get ready for 8 years of this.
Yep.
So finally we get to June last year and you pop it in. What tell me what were young Ian long ago, all of 10 months ago. your first impressions there.
I mean, my first impression, I got this from the trailers and the direct and stuff too, but the game visually stunning. Like I was very impressed. Granted, Nintendo is known for not having the best hardware. So
third party wise, but I mean, you look even back to Mario Odyssey.
That
game looked
true,
good.
Yeah.
Game looked good. Nobody can complain about how Mario Odyssey looked.
Yeah.
And the size of it. Like that's the thing. Like say
yeah.
what you will about even Breath of the Wild originally, and like some people's thoughts on like, oh, they're doing the cell shading and whatnot. Like they've had this stuff running for a while. And yeah, sure enough, the game, you know, like, oh, are we seeing pre-rendered stuff here when we're seeing the view? Or like, no, we saw the game. This is just what this game looks like.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo always has their way with kind of cheating visually when it comes to graphics. Like they bake in shadows and stuff. It's like, okay, have your cheat codes, but yes, your Nintendo games always look really good for the hardware that they're on. So
yeah, they know what their limitations and workarounds. And I mean, again, it goes back to the 64. My mind was blown learning that the Ocarina of Time was just a cube. You were just living in a cube the entire time.
Yep.
And guess what? We didn't know any better. It looked fantastic. We were all good.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are 10 months later. Game looked good. Did you have fun with it early on? That's the question. I really should.
Oh, yeah. First. I mean, I'm kind of in like the weird boat to where I still have a reason to play Mario Kart 8.
Sure.
With MKR. And there is more of a reason that I was expecting to this point, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, there is a gun pointed at me under the desk. We're gonna get to that. Don't worry.
there is news that will be discussed soon.
Yeah,
but
we're again. I am aware. Yeah, never mind. Move on. So
yeah,
anyway, but yeah, I mean, there are feet in both worlds, and nothing wrong with that because there's still
yes,
eight being heartily played because it's still the peak of the series and why they had to go in a different direction because you can't just run it back. And I know that upset people too. Because like, okay, the controls are different, and the metas are different, and the feel of the vehicles, like everything feels different. But like, okay,
yeah,
but sorry. So here we are, 10 months later. So you understood like it's going to be different. It's what it's going to be, and here we are, 10 months later. So where are you now?
yeah. So I still have my reasons to play Mario Kart 8. I still have a lot of fun with Mario Kart 8, but I would say for the most part, I think I'm having more fun playing Mario Kart World. Probably because there is still kind of that novelty of it being partially new, even though the game is almost a year old. But I think the reason why I'm having more fun with it is just that, again, contrarian opinion to what a lot of people have said, but I think the driving in Mario Kart World is a little bit more fun than 8. Like the rails and the walls are really fun to try to learn. And I just think the mechanics in Mario Kart World feel a little bit more intentional for how
That
different it feels compared to 8.
See, that's where you're really going to get them all riled up, and they're going to come for you because I'm sure that feeling mechanics part is where I feel like people are the most upset about, even if they don't admit that's what they're upset about. Like they're just used to those, and they're not willing to be open to what's happening. So I'm sure
Yeah,
that's a factor in all this.
yeah. I mean, granted, I don't think all of the crazy shortcuts that people are finding in the time trials are fully intended. Like
I
I just shared a couple clips or a clip like a day or two ago of me doing one of the stupid shortcuts on Bowser's Castle. I guarantee you that wasn't intentional.
There are
But the
ones
fact
where you're
that the
like,
game lets you do it though is still really cool.
yeah, there are ones you're like, okay, I see they put this vine here and they put this wall up there, and like you could see where they wanted you to find them. And then there's other ones where there's like, okay, there's like a canyon, a space, and like this one leaf hanging or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
nobody meant for this to happen.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a beautiful thing that yes, it can though. That's the beauty of it. It can happen.
Yes. I
Uh,
am terrified to see what time trialers are going to come up with as this game goes on, because I feel like those time trials are nowhere near optimized.
can I tell you the one thing that I have a tough time with 8 about now?
Okay.
12 racers
Oh
feels,
yeah.
I don't want to say boring's not the right word. Like I really have come to love the chaos of, especially when we have like a full lobby on a Wednesday and there are
Oh
24
yeah.
people who are just like, no, nobody's really like sweat in it. Like even for the ones who are like, yeah, we know, there's a handful of six people, 8 people we're going to see at the top. Sure. There's going to be people who get into the top 4. Good. There's always a mix up there, but like, it's just fun with everybody in there racing. And also like it plays pretty clean.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I feel like we've taken for granted the fact that like we're having 24 people run these races and it's pretty smooth, but like 12 racers on the smaller, not the more narrow tracks just feels like small by comparison.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's wild to me that like pretty much as soon as the game dropped out and like the whole competitive scene started to like form and assemble, the go-to format for most people was 12 players. They're like,
Really?
yeah, nobody was digging the chaos of 24. Granted, when the game first launched, the items were pretty hectic,
Yeah.
which I think was part of it. People were just getting mad at items, which
What a
it's an
bunch of
arcade racer.
petulant
Like,
children.
exactly. Like, don't get me wrong, I thrive in item chaos in World, so when I saw that they had like adjusted the probabilities and they had like made items a little less chaotic, I was a little sad. And I do think they kind of like overstepped like in the other direction with some of the nerfs that they did. But like, I don't know. 12 players, again, I agree with you. At launch, for a lot of people probably felt more comfortable, but it just felt so empty.
Cowards. Play the game, you cowards. Well, so you brought up we've gotten Bomb Blast. They just dropped it 7 months later after the game released. Not to fanfare, not because like, oh, we're just gonna throw a battle mode in there, but just because I think we're just gonna get these like, here's something else every 6-7 months for the next 5-7 years of this game. Like, it was not set at the price point that it was to come, take a shiv to the gaming collective. It was not. It's there because like this is a literal generational game. It is designed to fill this entire generation, whether it's going to be 4 years or 10 years. But what are you envisioning the runway to look like for this thing?
I feel like there will be paid DLC at some point. The big question is how are they going to do it? Because I'm envisioning paid DLC meaning more tracks, which they're not plopping new tracks in the middle of this world. That would mess up the structure of everything to this point. Of course, people that have been kind of like speculating on DLC have been like, oh, they're going to do different islands, or oh, they're going to do like a sky DLC where all the tracks are in the air. They're going to do underground DLC where all the tracks are under the map and that kind of thing, which would be cool. But I don't know. I think similar to how they did like Mario Kart 8 DLC on the Wii U, I wouldn't be surprised if they do start to bring back other franchises into Mario Kart, whether it be Zelda or more Donkey Kong representation again. And it's just going to be like, oh, there's going to be like a little Hyrule island off the coast of the main island somewhere, or there's going to be like Donkey Kong Country off of the coast of, a different corner of the map or whatever.
An island chain. So what are your tips? People who, coming into the game, or maybe they haven't quite found the frequency for operating at the game. Not frequency like time, but like the radio frequency, the wave, the modulation of it. Like, what are your tips for somebody to like say how they can maximize their Mario Kart World experience?
I mean, whether you're racing or doing Knockout Tour, my biggest tip would be look for off-road shortcuts. Because for whatever reason, mushrooms are incredibly common in this game, and they're kind of busted. Like, they are really strong.
Well, because you have these stretches, like these, 45-degree turns that take up a mile of relative space, but you can cut across a field with the mushroom. And I don't know, like, if that keeps it tighter for the groupings or what. That part, I agree, you're right. Like, there's just like, oh my god, there's an entire like lap of a race here that you can cut across with 3 mushrooms. It's wild.
I think the goal for that is to keep the pack kind of close, because like, especially as strategies evolve and people find more shortcuts that are,
I found a vine I can swing off
easy,
of.
But yeah, like as the more competitive players start to find, trees that you can charge jump off of and cut off road and stuff, and do all that stuff shroomless, the actual players that are further back and need mushrooms to take those shortcuts will be able to keep right up with them. So
is there anything else you want to talk about Mario Kart World before I walk the Green Mile and go into what I assume is my untimely death and execution with our second game? He's giggling like a schoolgirl. He knows I know what's coming. I know he knows what's coming. And like, there's been this just showdown for weeks now of me seeing stuff that I'm like, God, it's being flaunted now. And I know it's being flaunted because I've also gotten messages in the background that have advised me effectively that it's being done to mock me. And there are only two of us who are aware of this mocking that's happening in the background. But anyway, anything else with Mario Kart before we go on to before we walk the mile?
Okay, last thing with Mario Kart. I've been an advocate of this since before the game came out.
Uh-oh.
And I hope to God this happens in the future. Nintendo, please give us more knockout rallies, or even better, give us the ability to make our own knockout rallies.
It absolutely needs to happen.
Yes.
It's such a wonderful mode, and you can connect courses with the way this is laid out, going in other directions too. And which, to the point where, to your point earlier, like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to like June, July, August or something, and they'll be like, hey, guess what? We threw three more rally paths in there. And granted, some dork on Reddit is going to be like, oh, look what they ended up doing. I'm like, no, this was always the plan, you chungus, whatever. just shut up and play the game. But no, that's a great call out for just even on the island as it is doable to have more rallies with these courses. And you already see it where you're crossing in different directions. Like it's doable.
Even then, just give us like another 8, make it like a $5 pack on the eShop. People would eat that up.
The game was $90. I don't think their intention is. I'm serious. I'm not saying that for to be flippant or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure they designed this to absorb that.
Probably, yeah.
And I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't be like, oh, damn, I was wrong about this. And like, fine, so what? I was wrong. Get over it. But I really think that their intention is, no, you're spending $90. We're going to give you $90 worth of game, and we'll continue to do so. Like, they're not releasing games. Not every game they're releasing is $90.
Yeah,
they're releasing games that have DLC, sure, and things like that. But I don't know. I'm just trying to delay.
I got my Mario Kart with the Switch too, so I only had to pay $50. So
same. That's same. All right, let's do it. It's time to move on to your second game. The illustrious It Takes Two.
There is news, Daniel. There's news.
Is this how we're doing it? We're just going right off the top. There's no burying the lead. Well, is the news in the room with you?
Well, if this goes with the way that we have this planned,
which I will figure it out.
Yes, that is a later discussion that may or may not be some bonus content. We'll see.
God, editing this thing. This is a reason why I had to make sure there was a week in between, at least a week, if not more, between when this episode is recorded and when it's released. But go on, Ian.
Yes, but if this goes the way that we have this planned, people will know by the time this podcast releases. And if you haven't seen the inevitable post that I'm referring to, can I plug my profile? channel3.gg/nexian. It'll be towards the top of the feed if you're listening to this Wednesday. Like, it will there.
Undoubtedly have blown up. There will be 1-ups. There will be posts of the day. There will be respawns galore. There will be
the XP farm.
There will be a mountain of chaos and comments that will have precipitated this. This drops at 3:33 in the morning, but undoubtedly by the time people listen to this, you're like, what happened here?
Yes, there is some news related to
a prior podcast episode.
That is true, a prior podcast episode. But the news is related to who the May to my Cody was in playing It Takes Two.
Is that the right way to refer to this?
Is it? That's how I said it. So
all right, let's do it. Let's do it. So yes. We're talking It Takes Two. And there's layers to why It Takes Two is here. So how are we doing this? Because I came in, like, I've got my my prompting questions here. But again, as mentioned, Ian's been giggling like a madman because we both kind of got onto this like video chat here both knowing this was going to be here, both knowing something was going to happen, both knowing that there have been weeks of DMs in the background, the highlight of which I'll tell you about later. But that was not from this individual. It was from somebody else unrelated that made my jaw drop. That I don't remember if I told you about that one or just the other person. But all right, so how do you want to do this? What are we doing? We talking about like, hey, do I ask hey, so who are you playing this game with as your second player, Ian?
I mean, if that's how you want to do it, that's how we can do it.
You tell me. I am no longer in the driver's seat of this thing. Which is, again, the theme going back to the other relevant episode of this podcast.
Okay, so
how? Go on, please.
Time. Well, how should I tell this story? Because there's some details that, funny alignment purposes, may or may not work out because it'd be funny. But the podcast episode that you are referring to, we started playing that game the following weekend.
Really?
Like it was, yes. That was some quick business there. Just because, I think it was a game that both she and I have had interest in playing, and neither of us had much of a good reason to play it. So we're like, what the heck? Let's have fun. Why not?
And just picked it up. It's a good remote game too, because it plays pretty seamlessly over the internet.
Other than server netcode, but besides the point.
Yeah, you're still having fun.
Yes.
So you had your second player. You decided, and you and player 2 here decided you were going to play this game together.
Yes. And not to get into too many details, but we had completed, I think, a little over half of the game that first weekend. We had gotten through several chapters in some very, very long gaming sessions, which, just happened to work out the way that they did. Long story short, here's the grand reveal. Princess Knuckles and I officially became a couple while we were playing It Takes Two. In that time frame, not while playing the game, but in the duration of time that we were playing that game, which we had like played most of it in that one weekend, and then we're like, oh, maybe we should slow down a little bit because we have life responsibilities to take care of. Oops. But yes, Princess Knuckles is my player 2. We are officially boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. So, teehee.
Was this just like a slow burn since the Chicago debacle? I'm not going deep into this, but I do need to ask if this has just been a slow burn since Chicago.
It's not as much of a slow burn as you think it is, because, fun fact, I did not go on that trip. But she was there. Oh, I was not there.
That's true. There wasn't a 7-foot-tall person in the background of all the pictures.
Nope. There was no giant hijacking the space in any picture. So
yeah, fair enough.
To vaguely, briefly go through the story. I mean, I had known of her because she was on that Chicago trip, but like, we weren't like particularly close or anything. But things kind of started. There was a season at the end of last year, like around the holiday season, of cart gangs. Like, I had just come out of gangs retirement because they needed numbers, they needed people. Like, oh, what the heck, I'll join cart gangs. I want to shout out, I believe it was Mac and Froggy that made the teams that season. They were the two that paired us together on a team. We were the youngsters. What's most likely the youngest team in MKR Kart Gang's history. Because that's
not hard. You're both like half the age of the rest of the Mario Kart groups. That's not
well. To add even more insult to injury, Dan, you want to know who else was on that team?
Uh, 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 Fushkilla? Is that? I don't know. Who?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was on that team. What's her tag on Channel 3? The other one.
Oh,
Baby
the
girl
other,
Foosh.
the other cut. Yeah, the
Yes,
baby girl
the other,
Foosh.
yeah, the other cousin. Yeah. So it
And
was the four of us.
listen, it's tough keeping up with these Fouchés. Okay, like there's a
Yes,
lot of them. They're everywhere.
There's
You
a
just don't
family
realize.
tree. There's an adjacent tree.
There's a network, and yeah,
Yes.
an adjacent tree. Yes, there is an adjacent tree as well.
Yes, it was the four of us and Rocky, I think, was the full team. So average age was definitely in the 20s.
Yeah, that's just like that's like you're going to that's like you're an infant going to an early bird buffet at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's just like,
Yes.
you're a quarter of the age of everyone else there. Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how it all started. And then things didn't like really start to ramp up until I had gotten back from my Orlando trip, because Super Nintendo World, repping the hat.
Nothing like pointing on the audio medium. It was a beautiful thing. And I respect, because you could hear there was a good tap of the hat on the microphone though. I'll respect it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm wearing the Super Nintendo World Mario Kart hat. It's one of my favorite hats. But yeah, it wasn't until after I had gotten home from that trip where things had kind of started to pick up. Through a lot of Mario Kart.
So at what point do you say, hey, let's play the game about divorce together?
I don't remember how that whole conversation went, but it was probably one of those things where I think I might have said, oh, we should probably find another game to play that's not Mario Kart. Like, don't get me wrong. I have fun playing Mario Kart, but like, you know, this is a game where we're not necessarily working together. We're playing to beat each other. We should play a cooperative game, kind of see, you know, how the brains work together, how we cooperate as a team.
Yeah, not only the cooperation, but like coordination and communication. Yes. Like it's not just like you have to be able to coordinate. You have to be able to communicate, and that's what I mean. Like there are layers to this game.
Yeah, plenty of layers. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So you just decided that was good because again, like you know, opposite ends of the state. I think right, like currently, at least for all intents and purposes,
opposite corners.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a good split screen opportunity, easy. You just again, nice easy one. So you tore through half the game in a weekend.
Oops, my bad.
So it's just like Discord chat chilling in the background, like while you're doing this.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah. So at least you have that. Well, I don't know how you would play it otherwise. Again, you need the communication.
Yeah.
Favorite levels, mini game, like what stuck out while you're doing this? Be ready to go. Yes, say what you're going to say there. Sorry.
Yeah. Especially knowing that like a lot of the gimmicks behind the puzzles is kind of coordination.
Yeah.
Like, that would be some very unfeasible couch co-op for where we are at geographically.
Yeah. When you're at opposite ends of Ohio and a lot of nothing in between. That'd be not easy. So
yeah.
So any of the levels, mini games stick out as particularly fun or particularly frustrating? I mean, good Lord, you're testing things before they even start.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, I know she had posted about this a lot too, but the snow globe level was really fun. The clock tower, like the later chapters were pretty fun.
And just every time you idiots are posting about it. I just want to be like, hey, how's your player 2 doing?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what chapter this was part of, but there was a screenshot that I had posted where Cody and May are on a minecart and like the shadows on the wall were really cool. I think that might have been part of like the bedroom one, because I remember like boats being part of it too.
Yeah, because you got the water boats you gotta drive around, and you got like the two sides of the the mill or whatever, not whatever, the wheel
Yeah.
that you have to be able to control to decide what ways
Yeah.
you're turning and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, so now everybody gets to go back and go and look at the various posts that are happening between people and like, oh, now I get the math on this. Because
Yeah.
there, look, there's an Ian post, there's a Princess Knuckles post, there's an Ian
On
post.
and some of the bits behind some of the posts that we have will probably also be revealed in due time with this as well.
Uh-huh.
If not truly revealed, once people learn, if they do go back and look at it, it's like, oh, okay.
It's just a question of who's going to be unleashing what, because there will be people digging undoubtedly after this.
Yes.
So, and again, I say that not disrespectfully. I say that for like, because again, there are things that I'm like, I have seen and been like, I'm just going to ignore. There are times where I have noticed a multiplayer cart match being shared with split screen after trips. And I'm like, wait, and I'm like, I can, where I just want to be like, hey, who's the second player on that screen there, guy? And
okay, back to Mario Kart World for just a brief second.
Let's go back, because that's exactly what I'm referring to. Yes.
Yeah. So
no, it's just timed out with spring break this
whatever. Spring break, I had went to go visit her because our spring breaks had aligned. That was the week of the last MKR World Finals. So for the previous ones I had streamed and I had done scores and stuff. But for this one, of course, I'm on the go. I don't have my streaming setup with me. There just happens to be an open spot. I messaged the admins. I'm like, hey, can I have a friend join if we have an open spot? Because at this point, I hadn't told them, but I had told them after the fact. But, they were okay with it. And discreetly having to put on my spreadsheet Ian player 2 with those scores. Because I had shit. I had shared a screenshot of the score table after the event because people were curious. Like, Mac was in charge of running the room that night, and he gave me no time to run scores whatsoever. Like, I'm just like frantically putting numbers into a spreadsheet, and Mac's like, nope, we're going on to the next rally. And everyone's like, how many points do people have? What rally are we on? I'm like, like, I'm just sitting here driving myself insane because I'm in that Discord listening to the whole conversation, muted because I cannot reveal who is sitting next to me and who my player 2 is, while I'm also trying to like punch numbers in. It's just like, oh my god, y'all don't even know what's going on behind.
Don't worry, it's just a bigger, hairier dude than me next to me. Don't worry, just don't read into it at all.
And I don't remember who it was, but someone specifically had made a comment that there were 2 not Ballins in that lobby, because that's the name that I have on my Switch profile is not Ballin. Like, there's a second not Ballin in this room. I'm like, I'm just sitting there. It's like, nope, can't say a word.
Again, just so many posts I've been like, and that was one of them where there was no fanfare, no pomp and circumstance. And I looked at it, I'm like, it's spring break. I can math this together. And I will just say now, the highlight of all of this for me was I get a DM from High Flying Penguin that just says, oh,
you already know. Yep.
Yeah, you already know. And I'm like, what the? And I'm like, am I about to catch a stray for this? And meanwhile, he just wanted, I knew he would want King DD as his Smash main tagline. And I'm like, oh, wait, okay. We're all good here.
You already know, Dad. You already know.
It was just, you already know, again, no pomp and circumstance, just just a solo DM. You already know. I forgot even that was in the, like, I programmed the tagline, the shop out a week or two. Yeah. So I don't remember what goes in there. I just like, now I got to go do this or that. And anyway, so yeah, so that was the highlight. So did you guys finish the game? I did not pay attention.
Oh yeah.
To that in this stream.
Yeah, we did. It's been about a month since we finished it, actually. So I'm not super fresh on all that It Takes Two, but
yeah,
I remember the bulk of it. So,
But had a good time though. That's the important
Yes.
part. She put a clip of the week in for body slamming the squirrel on the plane fight.
Yep.
Again, who's flying the plane there for you, Knuckles?
No comment.
Yeah, so the game about divorce, bringing people together. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Anything else we need to cover at this point? There will be a DLC episode of Princess Knuckles after the podcast of her episode dunking on us for another 10 minutes.
Oh, that is a time. That is a time.
Because you have listened to this, because I have sent her.
Yes.
I have sent her. She requested the edit or the unedited whatever. She requested the additional footage that was planned to be released at a later date. So
yes.
I will get around to that at some point, because that's oh my god, that's been. You'll be episode 158. She was 149. So this is 2 months ago now.
Yeah, this is something that we've been sitting on for a couple months.
Yeah.
So
with the sole purpose of just torturing Ray and I and just laughing and chuckling. So yeah, anything else for It Takes Two before we onward and upward?
Poor elephant.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's just that's psychotic stuff there.
Yeah. Like, I had known the elephant had some kind of demise, because I was like for a while watching Ariel and his wife Cass play through It Takes Two, because they were streaming it. I didn't watch the entire playthrough for them, but I'd seen bits and pieces of it, and they had made some kind of reference to what happens to Cutie the elephant. I'm just like, oh no. What happens to this poor elephant? And then we're progressing through that part of the story. We're starting to piece it together, and we just kind of looked at each other.
We have to make her cry.
Yeah, we have to make her cry. It's like, oh no.
This is gonna be bad.
Like, we were honestly kind of laughing through it just because of how conceptually silly it was.
Well, because it is just so like, no, please, what are you doing? No.
Yeah.
It's like that, and then because otherwise it's just dark. Like,
yeah.
The funniest part for me, like, my son and I have to go back and finish the game. I think we don't have too much left, but it is funny playing it with your child, and like, and he's like, what are they doing to their own kid? And I was like, that's the kind of psychotic part about, like, showing you what's there are layers, like showing you what's wrong with the two of them. It's not just like, oh, the game makers did this as like a sick joke, or as like an exercise in like, oh, let's torture this thing, or let's make a joke. Like, no, there's actual like character not revelation, but like just really bringing the worst part of these characters to light.
They were doing it to send a message. 100%.
Yeah, that's absolutely. All right. Now, I think we're gonna mosey onto Hightail, and I'm sure we're not done. So, but anyway, let's go over to Hightail, where we got early access in January of 2026. The game has been. I didn't realize Riot bought them, and what started as some Minecraft modders has grown into a full blown open world sandbox.
Yeah. Well,
it's interesting. What brought it
It's
here?
interesting that you bring up Riot, because the guy that owns and the original creator of the game, Hypixel, he ended up buying the IP back from Riot because they canceled it.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, Hightail was initially announced, I think it was like 2018 or 2019, I think.
Well, I know they started work in 2015. Like, it was known they were like doing stuff, and then it was like 18 or 19. It was like announced like, oh, we're gonna make like a full game. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and then I think it was at some point during the pandemic, that's when Riot stepped in and acquired Hightail, the Hypixel Studios team in Hightail. it's Riot. They got money. They were able to
They
fund the
yeah.
game
They
and its
they too
development
have
for a while.
also have a large chunk bought by a certain unnamed Chinese massive corporation that I have flat out contempt and vocal contempt for at this point. But yes, go on.
Yes. And I I clearly don't know what happened behind the scenes with Riot, but over the course of like the 5 or so years that Riot had owned the Hytale IP, they decided that they were going to rewrite the entire game engine from scratch, which did not go over well because the sole purpose of that was cross-platform play,
Hmm.
which again, nice to have, not a requirement.
Oh wow, that was only last year.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So that was June of last
Yeah.
year. It got whacked, and then
Yeah. Bought back in like October, November.
November 2025 was bought back.
Yep.
And then
So,
sure enough, and then by January had early access release.
yes. And that early access release and the build of the game that they are working on continuing towards full launch is the original engine that they had started back in 2015.
Oh really?
So they said to hell with all the Riot stuff. Like they kind of went on like their own little side tangent and did things that, didn't work out for the scope of the game, I guess. So they're back to the 1.0 engine, all the modding suite and everything, and they're pushing out updates like it's nobody's business. Like they're pushing out major updates like at least every 2 weeks now. They're
So
they're going crazy.
so what's the hook? What's the thing that like people that will get people over there?
Um I mean, the one thing that Hytale has going for it right now, and arguably the biggest critique of it right now, is that, oh, it's just another Minecraft game. Like, yes, open world sandbox, it's made of cubes. It's made by Minecraft modders, for goodness sake. Of course it's going to look like Minecraft. But I think with the way that the game's going to develop, it's going to turn into more of like a Valheim-ish kind of game. Like it's going to be like more RPG style progression, and there are elements of that already in the game. But like there's going to be a full-on story, boss fights. Like they got stuff in the works.
Yeah, so that again, it's about having a plan and a roadmap
Yes.
and what you're gonna do. Well, what's hooked you though? Like, what is it that's gotten you? I mean, you were on a run on this game. Like there were.
Oh yeah.
This is when we like lost Ian from Fall Guys. Like I'm gonna go play Hytale. Like what
Yeah.
is it that pulled you in there?
I mean, back to my Minecraft days. I mean, I've been a fan of all the stuff that the Hypixel team has put out for a very long time. So I have a lot of trust in the brand identity that they've created. And it's kind of gotten to a point to where with Minecraft, I feel like that game is starting to kind of lose its scope, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of nice to have a game like Hytale that is kind of meant to be different and also coexist in the same space. That's got like a
Yeah.
different scope that feels new.
Well, because there's not narrative. It seems to Hytale, but like there's more
Not
focus to
yet, but
Hytale. I mean, there's still. It feels like it's more focused than Minecraft. Minecraft just like it's truly just there to be a sandbox. Hytale,
yeah,
they're trying to add some layers to it.
yeah. And like Minecraft has its progression too. Like it's got the whole advancement system where you go to the Nether, you go to the end, you beat the Ender Dragon. But like
But it's been that way for like a
the
decade now, right? Like that's
yeah, it's been that way for a long time, and like I understand that the approach isn't necessarily meant to be the same for everybody, but like it gets to the point to where Minecraft, it kind of just feels like they're adding in things to kind of be like a filler.
we put frogs in, we put otters, we put axolotl. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like the whole like they added things like archaeology. Like that's not something that I particularly care about. I don't want to go digging in a desert. I'm the generation that yearns for the mines. I want to go in the caves. Like when Minecraft redid its world generation, I found that to be really cool. Granted, I still have my issues with it, but you know, it's like okay, they're changing something fundamental about Minecraft that, you know, is getting people back into playing the game. Like people like me that, you know, was super hardcore Minecraft and then kind of backed away for a little bit. It's like, oh, they redid the world generation. So it's like, okay, now I have a reason to get back into it. But like granted, something similar probably will happen with with me for Hightail, because like, you know, as a grad student and you know, being in a relationship and stuff, I haven't had as much of an opportunity to play Hightail, even though ironically I was playing it for like a half an hour before hopping on tonight. So
But again, not as much. Not as much.
not as much. That's the key phrase, is the as much. But
Again, I'm waiting for the day my son finds it, because I live in a household where the Rick and Morty joke of what are you playing, Minecraft, and what are you doing? Like, oh, this game must be really popular with autistic people, and I'm like, oh wow, that's like, yeah, that one hit close to home in here, especially. It's like just I'm surrounded by it. I'm surrounded by it everywhere. So
yeah.
he'll find that one. He'll be excited because he's at the point too where like he kind of fell off of it, because he'll come back in once in a while. But you give him Minecraft with purpose, which is kind of what you're looking at here, where he'll be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've only like scratched the surface of what's currently in Hightail. Like in the couple of worlds that I've played on, either by myself and with friends, I've mostly focused on like the ore and the crafting progression, which is a lot for what it's worth. Like there's several tiers to workbenches and stuff that you have to unlock in order to craft upgraded gear and whatever, but like there's a lot more to like the world currently that I haven't explored. Like there's a lot of dungeons and stuff. Apparently there's a boss fight that I haven't found that's somewhere. And all of that's just going to continue to evolve as they add that narrative and they add more structures and stuff. It's like the scope of Hightail is going to be insanely high for the team that they have working behind it, and it's going to be a game that's going to be around for a long time. I'm excited.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk honorable mentions here. You have the combo pack. Yeah, again, are we doing this again? That's not time yet, is it?
It depends on how far off this said game you let me go.
Okay. I don't even know. All right. Let's do this. Let's just talk. You got Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. The combo pack? Are we talking specifically like late era combo pack? And based on that pre-discussion commentary that just happened there, I'm guessing yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's intended to be the combo. And if you'll let me, the movie.
Please, by all means. Who am I to stop it? But no, seriously, let's do it.
So this is the Mario Galaxy re-releases on the Switch are games that I had played through both of them 100% before like even going to Orlando. So like by the time I had finished Champions Road and Galaxy 2, like the relationship wasn't even like a thought at that point. But we went to go see the movie together a couple weeks ago, and we both have very differing opinions on how they handled the movie.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you remember from her podcast episode, she talked about one of the Star Fox games.
Uh-huh.
She loved all the Fox stuff in that movie, and don't get me wrong, I found it fun. I didn't enjoy it as much as she did because I've never played Star Fox. So
Oh, see, this is a you problem.
this is a me problem.
This is
but
also
I
a
think-
marketing problem that if they would have just not revealed it, it would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the boat to where like I didn't hate the reveal that much because again, I had no stakes in enjoying the Fox content because Star Fox is a game that I've never played. It's like, okay, that's all fun. I think the issue that I had with the movie is that unfortunately the crowd that was kind of saying, "Oh, it's not going to be a Mario Galaxy movie," was partially right. Like there's more Mario Galaxy in the marketing material that isn't the movie than the movie itself.
Like the cookies and the everything else that has just like the small hopping between planets and everything. Yeah, okay, that's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah.
Whatever the McDonald's ad is, like, okay, that's got the
Yeah.
more of the Mario Galaxy game vibe.
Yeah. Like the core concept is that they used Galaxy as like a palette almost, if that makes sense. They're
Yeah,
like,
for the
okay, here's
vibe. The vibe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's this concept. They're gonna go to space, they're gonna go between all these different planets, but like, I don't know. I didn't particularly like how they like retconned the entire storybook and what they did with the gateway. It's like, that's not Galaxy to me, knowing that I've played both of these games within the last 6 months. But like,
This all hit way too close to home for you. That's all this is telling me.
a little bit, yeah. Granted, the cameos and stuff throughout the movie were all really fun. I enjoyed seeing all the references and all the power-ups and stuff, but it's just like, they kind of did the same thing that they did with the first one, and where they kind of just shoved a bunch of things into the movie. And it's just like, okay, I understand why people enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but like, you're putting a title to a very good video game in your movie, and you're just gonna like not explore some of the elements that made that game great in the movie. Like, it was kind of weird to me.
Yeah, you can have a talk with Miyamoto about his approvals on these things.
I think I would have been a little more fine with it if more of the Galaxy soundtrack was put into the movie, like in the arrangements. Like, I feel like Gusty Garden was a little overused in the movie, which I get it. That is the Galaxy song. But like, missed opportunity to use like the Comet Observatory, the storybook music.
The Observatory is my favorite of that.
Yeah.
Of that soundtrack of the game, I have not really played. That is a song that I will just put on and just chill.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. I think the music would have kind of made it a little less of a blow to me, but again, I still enjoyed the movie. I want to go back and watch it again.
It's just I think you have to you came in, your expectations were too high and this was too close to home for you. I think
a little bit, yeah.
You got to go and just check your brain and just enjoy it as a theme park.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
No, you're not out here looking for the literary adaptation of, is this the best version of Hamlet that I'm going to get on a movie screen? It's just not. That's not what you're going to get here. That's not what they're here just to have a good time. They're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. I mean, other than the big lore drop at the end of that movie, Rosalina was more utilized as a plot point in the movie.
She's only in it
being
for
more of a main character.
Yeah.
Though contrary to what people have been saying, Rosalina does get more screen time than Fox. It's just more spread out. So
hers it wasn't as impactful. Is that what it like? The Fox stuff felt.
Yeah.
The Fox was like not just impactful, but also just like, okay, she was very good, to be clear. Like, that was good. Let her have it. Perfect casting. They just didn't give her a lot to do.
I was going to say, Rosalina. Yeah, no. Rosalina was a very minor character that was just used to, like, drive the overarching plot.
Yeah.
And then Star Fox is like, okay, this is going to be a cool cameo. This is how they're going to get from point A to point B, kind of thing.
No, and instead, he just hijacked the movie for 15 minutes or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. Which, Glenn Powell, fantastic voice actor for Fox.
The casting was, and it only made me giddy to see afterwards, like, he just muscled that into existence, basically.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
Same thing with Donald Glover and Yoshi, actually. I'd heard very similar stories about that.
I really need to see voice booth activity of whatever. And like, I have enjoyed Donald Glover on the press tour has just been, I've eaten up whatever they've given us from this press tour. Yeah. And Donald Glover has just been dominating for the nerds in the bat. Like, he's the only one who can battle. I mean, it's a collection of like, okay, you've got Brie Larson. Brie Larson has like opted out of most of it for fair reasons of good, keep her away from the toxic video game nerds. I'm okay with that. But like, she's the only other one who could probably compete with Jack Black and Donald Glover in the nerd off for the video games. The rest of them are just kind of there. But Donald Glover's like, they'll be like, oh, let's do a trivia. It's just funny watching like, oh, let's do Mario trivia or video game trivia. And Donald Glover is like 3 notes into a song. He's telling you the exact moment of where this note played in Super Mario Sunshine's soundtrack.
Like, and he's like, got the game, he's got the location, like he's it's level 3 actually. He's like correcting the hosts on whatever it is on what it is. Like, oh good, he's just having fun. But I do need to see. The first time I saw that he was the voice of Yoshi, I did not believe it. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, is this like an April Fool's thing? Yeah. And then I had to hear what happened. I'm like, okay, I can hear it. He's having fun. And the other thing I have to say for that is that's the only way that Illumination could get away with casting somebody as Yoshi. Is like, you have to put somebody who is absolutely bulletproof. Yeah.
In every facet in that role. And that they're like, oh, they nailed it. They could not have done any better and survived changing the voice of Yoshi than saying like, what are you gonna do to Donald Glover over here? Like, and you're like, okay, you can you win this round, but I do want to see the voice booth performance.
I mean, the fact that Donald Glover had people fooled when that first Yoshi trailer dropped, like everyone's biggest fear with that casting for Yoshi.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't be somebody famous.
And don't be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not here to dunk on Chris Pratt, but like, don't be like, I'm Chris Pratt and I'm just Yoshi talking with my normal voice, and like, don't do that to me.
Yeah.
And again, he's doing different stuff with Mario. Relax. I'm not here to defend him. I'm not here to attack him. I'm just saying, my biggest fear was they're going to have, it's just Ian doing the voice of Yoshi talking like Ian.
Reasonable concern, yeah.
You know, that was that. So
yeah.
Any other thoughts on the galaxies?
I mean, the games themselves, both fantastic. I mean, the graphical upgrades on the Switch were very well needed.
How now? Do you need to play with motion controls on the Switch? That's the only question. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
My son was doing it with doing it like handheld tabletop, so you can still do it portably. But
yeah, I mean, I had played through a portion of the first Mario Galaxy on 3D All Stars with my Pro controller, and that just doesn't hit the same. Like, the entirety of my playthrough of both the Galaxy games with the re-release, I was, dual Joy-Con. I was using the one as the pointer, and like I was all in on the motion controls because that's how the game was originally played on the Wii.
Which I have for the Wii too. I just need to go play it on the Wii instead.
Yeah. I have both games for the Wii, but I think my Galaxy 2 disc got scratched. So other than playing it on the Switch, I had not played through the entirety of Galaxy 2, as far as I'm aware.
All right. Well, let's move to your next honorable mention, 2D Hytale. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Terraria. My apologies. A game that I felt two things when I saw this was on here that kicked me square in the business. Number one, this game's 15 years old now? No.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Number two, I'm pretty sure I own this game on no less than 3 consoles. Because because like it's just one of those games like, oh, it's $1 at some point, or it was part of a package or something. Like, yeah. I've got it on Switch, I'm pretty sure. I've got it on Switch, I've got it on PlayStation, I've got it on Steam. Like, it's just a game they give to you now with consoles.
Yeah.
But Terraria again. Note with your love of Minecraft and Hytale. Yeah, okay, this tracks.
See, it tracks, but Terraria is not a
It's
game that
different.
I've played for a very long time.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's a reason why I have this game in my honorable mentions.
Son of a.
Yes,
Go on.
it
Go
is a
on.
game that Knuckles and I play together primarily.
Well, that's cool.
But it is not a game that one of us had prompted that we play together. There's a third wheel. There's a reason that is not her that I'm playing Terraria.
Okay.
And fun fact, he was mentioned earlier in this episode.
I don't have the cognitive capacity for this right now. Do you understand?
You
I've been on
already
edge.
know, Dan. You already know who this person is because you were the one that name dropped him.
I have been on edge this entire time since 9:55 when I sent you the link. My brain has been scrambling, trying to keep one step ahead of you. I'm not even trying to keep one step ahead of you. I'm just trying to keep up with whatever's coming my way. I don't know. Just tell me.
So you weren't ready for this one, but I don't remember the story of how this one happened, but High Flying Penguin.
Oh, okay.
The sibling of my girlfriend.
One of the siblings, yes.
Yes.
As there are many.
Yes. I think he kind of just had a Terraria phase kind of just kick in. Or like I think she might have been playing it with one of her roommates and posted a screenshot or whatever. And Penguin had said like, "Hey, we should play Terraria together. This game is fun." So there was this, back and forth between the two of them. It's like, okay, when are we going to play Terraria or whatever? And then we were hanging out one night as we do. Penguin wants to play Terraria. She kind of looks at me and she's like, "I want to go play Terraria, but I also want to spend time with you." And then I looked at her. I'm like, "Knuckles, I have Terraria on Steam. If you want me to, I can third wheel a sibling playthrough of Terraria." And as the story unfolded, it kind of now turns out that Penguin is the third wheel that wants to play Terraria all the time. So
listen, you gotta get in with the whole family. It's a family thing, You can't
yes.
just do. You gotta make the whole package work. Because they gotta figure out who this giant dork is that's coming over here taking up sibling Terraria time.
And I admittedly do feel kind of bad because Penguin has wanted to play Terraria a lot more than the both of us have been available or willing to play. Because it seems like it seems like coincidentally on the weekends or on the days where it's like, oh, Ian has to go to bed early because he's got an early lecture, or like she's got to go to bed because she's got to be to work early tomorrow, or like, oh, it just happens to be one of the very few Saturdays where we're together in person. Our little Discord group chat, the three of us are in Terraria. Just like, oh man.
Yeah. It's a balance with everything, but that's nice to have though. So
yes.
what do you guys? What's the gameplay? You guys building? You guys like assembling, exploring together?
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of everything. I mean, the last time the three of us had played, we had beaten the Eye of Cthulhu, so we're like still fairly early game Terraria. And up to this point, I had maybe 20 minutes of playtime at most on the game, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trusting the process that they know what they're doing, and I just follow behind with the ropes and the torches and just make sure everyone can see.
This is my audible note that I will text myself to remember the I'm just trusting the process gif you just dropped there is going to be it's gonna be perfect. I appreciate you slumping in your chair just so I can put I'm just trusting the process above your head there too.
Yeah.
The Ian really set this up for me nicely today.
Trust me, Dan. The whole goal of this podcast is content.
Oh, the content has been coming, undoubtedly,
Yes.
undoubtedly.
And there's more content to come with the next game. I think you know where that one's going.
Yep. Again, I did not expect Terraria to take that turn. I kind of thought Mario Galaxy was gonna, we were gonna have stuff, but yeah, Marbles on Stream. I didn't know we were going 3 for 3 on this one. I think you might have warned me. You might have warned me about this. Terraria was the one I was like, okay, whatever. I thought that was like a fluke that just snuck in there. I didn't realize.
No. There was the intent of telling that story. 100%.
Yeah. No. I respect it. So our third game here, Marbles on Stream. And you know what? Like, I got nothing. I'm just, you're taking, we're gonna go basketball references. We're talking about the process, and you're gonna take the ball and go ISO and just take it.
So I had played Marbles a lot with Channel 3 before the relationship. And it was really funny because I got her into Marbles that week where the DuckTales map was a time trial. She had signed up for Twitch specifically so she could do that quest as one of her 9 for that week. And I've streamed,
not to follow Nexian World, but
yes, but I've streamed Marbles a handful of times on my own Twitch channel, but knowing that this was her first time playing Marbles and she didn't understand what was going on, I had launched the game and streamed it to her over Discord, and there was probably a good hour of us just running that same track over and over and over again, just trying to see what times we could get.
I was waiting for people to do that. No one was stopping anybody from just running their own marble over and over again. Yeah.
Oh, and I had done that maybe a couple of times, but then end of that week, you had done that dedicated, all right, we're going to do Marbles. We're going to run this for like a half an hour, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. My son took that one. Son of a...
Yeah, I think you had beat her best time because she was in the lead at the time. You had taken her time
on like the first or second race we ran.
The first race.
Yeah.
And then like
by like 10 seconds too.
Yeah, like it wasn't even close. I had texted her and she responded to me. She's like, "Oh God, of course he did." Because ever since her podcast episode, that's kind of been the relationship that you and her have had. It's like the expectation that something's going to happen and it's just going to be reciprocated.
Again, just agents of chaos. And I don't want anyone else to feel emboldened by all of this. That one just cracked me up. Across the board, and then the unreleased 10 or 15 minutes whatever afterwards that will end up coming out in the next week or two from all of this will of course be further explanation of just every time I open the friggin' app and I see one of the two of you morons posting something, and I'm like, God, this is a personal attack now, and no one knows it but me.
Nope. Because full disclosure, it wasn't specifically just to go after you. We were just doing it to mess with people in general.
Oh, no, I know it wasn't directly at me, but yeah.
The people that knew about it were meant to kind of look at things and kind of just realize what was going on. Like, especially like as we had told more people about us in a relationship and kind of like what the jokes to expect. Like Ariel and Cass Ariel was one of the first ones that I had told. And he immediately was on the train of, all right, what kind of bits can we have here? Like, I don't know if you quite remember this, but that Fall Guys C3CS that Cass won.
Yeah.
He was Knuckles. She was the tall bean.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Anybody?
So there's layers here, Dan.
Anybody still here an hour and 20 minutes in is going to appreciate this one. Well, because I was just going to bring up too, like there was something like a couple weeks after her podcast, I think my son dropped a gif of you in some comment she made. And like, I got a message like, did you tell your son? I'm like, no, I didn't tell my son. Why would I? Like, why are you even asking? And then I looked and I saw, I was like, oh, nice.
I say I don't remember exactly what post it was, but I think he had specifically used my "we're not going to talk about that" gif.
Yes, that's exactly what he did. Yes,
because that was also kind of like not as much of a recurring bit, but that was something that like we had kind of joked about.
Yeah,
kind of thing was like, you know, using my gifs and like comments or replies to something about her. And then of course her slew of gifts from her podcast have made their rounds through the prize counter. So
yeah, this stuff of legends, yes. All right. So let's talk about a future game you're looking forward to, and we're gonna go with Pokemon Winds and Waves.
Yes, this one has me intrigued. So growing up, I was a Pokemon kid. I started playing Pokemon in Gen 5, Black and White. I've played at least one game of every generation since then. Although I haven't played Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl or either of the Legends games, which I need to get to at some point. I want to get to at least ZA, but I've heard both are really good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things for the Legends games. I mean, again, just it's a different play style, but like nobody who's played it has been like, this sucks.
Yeah. But Pokemon Winds and Waves, to me, kind of looks like what Pokemon Scarlet and Violet should have been, but like also that next step up in a way. Because like Scarlet and Violet, fantastic story. The game visually isn't great. It could be better. But Winds and Waves, knowing that the Pokemon Company finally has, you know, good hardware and they've learned how to actually make games on good hardware that look good. I have a feeling they're gonna do something weird with this one, and there's gonna be some like return to like water mechanics that we haven't seen since like Ruby and Sapphire.
That makes perfect sense considering the nature of the environment and the name of the game, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But no doubt they have to do. I mean, listen, there's something to be said for like Pokemon's not for you anymore. Like collectively, I don't mean you being Ian.
Yeah.
But the people who are like, oh, Pokemon's still the same thing. Is like, yeah, Pokemon's not really made for you. It's made for the people behind you. You may not like that, but
yeah.
But there's also something to be said for like, okay, don't lose the people though that have been giving you the money for years, and like, yeah, let's see what you got here. So I'm very curious because they didn't give very much with it. I mean, you got the vibe, you got the color palette, you got some of the creatures. I think there's going to be a lot going on here because I think their intention is to make a statement. But I also think the Pokemon Company of this all is really terrible at managing expectations.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of expectation, I remember the marketing and release cycle for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I mean, they had trailers and directs for that like every month, it felt like, and they had more or less revealed a lot of what was in that game before it even came out. And they've gotten a little bit better at that since then.
Well, that one was a big jump, wasn't it? And like, was that the one that was the 3DS and like you really got the full 3DS out of that one?
Yeah, because it was on a 3DS and it wasn't gym challenges, it was island challenges. Was the story behind that one.
Just saying, so I kind of got lost at some point in that one. I remember that.
Yeah, and you know, with the Z moves and the Ultra Beasts and stuff, like, and of course all the regional forms as well. I think they had revealed every single Alolan form Pokemon by the time that game had released. So like none of them were a surprise.
Anything you particularly want to see? You got the water. You want to see some water mechanics again? Anything else you want? You're hoping to see here?
Honestly, I'm hoping for kind of a similar like multi-branch kind of progression through the story that Scarlet and Violet had. Because like that game was kind of interesting in the sense of how it like kind of chose to balance all that out. But like it was still linear, but it's like, oh, you go beat the first gym, and then you go do one of the I don't remember what it's called, like the totem Pokemon or whatever, like the big ones, and how all that story like kind of interwove between each other was kind of cool. Like they're working with an open world. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily want the game to have like a completely linear progression, but like, maybe some parts of it can be, but I think the one thing that like people have kind of been begging for with Pokemon for a while is like gyms not being set order. And like open world kind of feels like the good opportunity to like kind of let go of that and actually, you know, give gym leaders 3 or 4 different variants of teams,
Hmm,
depending on how far into the game you've progressed.
interesting. Maybe a hard mode. Again, this is
Yes.
where it's like not for you because they don't want to lose the youth where this will be their first Pokemon game.
Hmm.
But also everyone else is like, I've done this 12 times. They need to give something
Yeah.
there too. Curious. That's
Yeah.
good. Interesting.
Yeah. Like XP share and like the auto battle system. Like that stuff is great, but like all the Gen 1ers are like, this is Pokemon heresy. I never played with this.
All right, well let's jump to a question from the Channel 3 history books that we picked for you to discuss. And this is where I'd put Nemesis. Ray named that quest in honor of the Nemesis system that Warner Brothers has buried and just left in a ditch somewhere to die. But hey, listen, Coyote versus Acme is finally coming out this summer, so Warner Brothers can't leave everything for dead. So the question's this: are you familiar with the Nemesis system from the Lord of the Rings games at all?
Not particularly, but I think from what I remember, the quest description kind of explained a little bit of it. So,
Yeah, Reader's Digest version for anybody not familiar. Basically, as your character is growing and developing, this Nemesis version continues to butt heads with you and continues to equal you and continues to stalk you and again, it is your nemesis throughout the game. So, if there was but famously or infamously, Warner Brothers owned the studio that designed it, and somehow enough of the mechanics are effectively copyrighted, trademarked, whatever, that no one has been able to touch this since then. And Warner Brothers closed the studio and effectively buried the patent along with it. So that said, like everybody's like, oh, this game would be really cool if you had a system like this. What game do you think would benefit from having a Nemesis system?
I'm kind of circling back to Pokemon. I think that would be kind of fitting. Have your rival kind of
Really
match
beef
your
up with
team
you?
build and oh yeah, like match the team build, like kind of go against it because like that's kind of one of I wouldn't say like issues, but like kind of like gripes that I've had with some of the modern Pokemon games is that the rivals are like way too easy.
And have only gotten worse too. Like
Yeah.
it's not just that you've gotten older and like, okay, I know what to do here. Like they have really nerfed them into oblivion
No,
with
it's
their
like yeah, your rivals like in a normal playthrough are going to be, fairly close to your level if not like a level or two under you and in the last several generations
it's like 10 or
they've
15 levels.
well, it's also they've given the rival the lesser effective option against your starter. So you just have the natural counter
Yeah,
as
not
as
that
the
you've got
inverse of teaching you type matchups.
yeah, not that you've got fire, they've got water. It's it's the other way around. You've probably
Yes.
got fire, they've
You have
got
fire, they have
water.
grass.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So let's do this. Let's get to your favorite feature on channel 3.
Right now I would have to say events because like there's a lot of things that I probably could have mentioned earlier in several games that could have set up the context of this answer, but like obviously all the MKR stuff, like I'm in charge of running all the Mario Kart World stuff, so I'm in that event page system a lot, setting things up, and just being able to play with people, also a blast. Party nights on Wednesdays, marbles. I think you know where this one's going, Dan.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
I got her in some of the battle royales in marbles, and watching you and Ariel have to bite your tongue the one week where she eliminated me 3 out of the 4 battle royales.
Oh, we barely bit our tongues at that point. That was when I had figured out he knew what was going on because of the way he was saying stuff. That I was like, oh, okay, this is wider spread than I. This is wider spread than I had. I wasn't as concerned, but yes. I was picking. I'm like, oh, he knows.
Yeah, but there were some particular things that you had said that week that, like, again, we were in a Discord chat on video call, like watching marbles and talking to each other at the same time, and there were just some things that you had said that we kind of just looked at each other, rolled our eyes, and lost it. We're like, oh my god, Dan.
No, you know what, I get to have my fun sometimes too.
See, if this was a video podcast, I would tell editor Dan to roll the clip, because I have one that I specifically clipped and saved somewhere.
Oh, they like, yeah, Jason Knights and Janasco like both died at the same, like.
And Princess Knuckles just watches Ian yeet himself and gets the W. Princess Knuckles, I want to hear about this exchange someday. Not today, but someday. Oh well, yeah, you get to drop that in the midst of this. You may have to send me that clip if you have it. I'll see. I might be able to work some magic, and I will have inserted it in there, and this will sound very interesting. But yeah, fire that over to me. I'll make that.
Yes, because it was specifically the bumper balls map, and like my marble had kind of, I will say it went out in honor.
Yes, I do recall. Yeah, well, because the thing is, like, the reason why I felt like I could get away with that no problem is because I do dial the obnoxiousness up when I'm casting marbles to like an 11. So the stupid things I was saying were just in line with the other stupid things I'm saying, and no one, unless they knew what was going on, would have picked up on a single thing I said.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Well,
I found the clip. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, well, they will have already heard it by now. So how about that clip, kids? All right, now comes the difficult part where I have to land the plane because there's no Ray. Now, here's the difference, too, because I have to say, you can find our guest at channel3.gg/nexian. Of course, E and R will still go to you because that is still mapped to you. So, hey, it'll still work. So you're not going to lose him. But just go find him at Nexian. You can find the podcast, c3.gg/podcast, dropping Wednesday mornings, 3:33 a.m. Eastern. All the majors, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple, Audible, iHeart, whatever it is. I don't even know. Is it iHeart Radio? It's just called iHeart Media. I don't know. Whatever. iHeart there, and 175 other podcasting apps that someone will tell me about that I say, I don't even know what that is, but I am happy for you and or sorry you had to listen to it. I'm Dan. Ray says I put this all together. Ray's not here, but Ray will be back. Ray is in and out. He will be. He is sorely disappointed to have missed this one, but it is what it is. Executive producer. Oh, go ahead.
I am sad for Ray. I am sad for Ray for missing this.
It's going to be kind of more fun this way. I think he'll have his own. we need like a live cast of him listening to it. Our executive producer, Joel Willis, of course, and our theme song by Caster Garden. Make sure you check out c3.gg/Caster Garden. That's where all his stuff is. Go forth. Continue to watch his gaming journey. More music getting out there in the world. Have a good day, everybody. We're done. What else is on the laundry list that I have? I have to pay penance for that maniacal giggle that you just let out there.
Well, I can tell you this right now. The one joke I didn't make was the emotional abuse from marbles. Missed out on that one. Oops.
I know what I was. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay, so let me. I have a text document here, the list, to make sure I have this
Christmas.
right.
Oh God, they keep bringing receipts.
No. This is for when this podcast is about to go out.
Okay.
We
schedule the post now. Yeah.
So we had a timeline. Well, I have something prepared that I was going to post kind of when we were ready to tell everyone. And, you know, you had brought up the podcast. I'm like, ooh, double whammy. Hold on a second. Wait, there's a vision here. So align the things that I have with the normal podcast stuff.
Okay.
To build excitement, farm the XP. You know how it is.
I respect it.
She's got a couple of memes. I got something funny that we had thought you could maybe use as the hint.
Okay, what's your thought for the hint?
Let me hold on. I have this. I might just have to send this to you on channel 3 because I don't remember if I have it saved on my computer. But
I will open my DMs.
Yes.
For better.
But one of the other kind of, I won't say like bits necessarily, but one of the other things that we kind of do just to be funny is that we kind of embrace the whole like Mario and Peach thing, which again could have mentioned during the part about the movie because of the press tour, but the teaser for the grand reveal.
I was gonna post a picture of Bonnie and Clyde with guns, but this may have to like with no, and I may not drop a Tuesday who the episode is for this one. This may.
Oh boy.
This will just have to be in the wind. There goes that clue from What Are Your Three? And I should drop that it will be the Ian episode on Tuesday then?
You can if you want. Because I plan on posting my thing probably Tuesday morning.
I'll let you just do it. I'm gonna let it take over from there. So
okay.
I am not going to formally respond. I'm leaving this in the wind. That's gonna get
because it was my intent that I would have my thing posted before the What Are Your Three post of saying that I get the podcast kind of thing. So
you go at it. This is gonna be we'll let people figure it out. It'll be more fun as a puzzle.
Because the thing that I have, I mean, beyond the hint that I planned on posting on Tuesday is like hard, you know, for sure. This is a thing that relationship 100% is real. So that will be the reveal. And then I think the podcast will kind of double up and, you know, it'll be fun.
It will be fun. I'm excited. Cool. All right.
I'm glad that you're on board with this because,
of course,
dedication to the bit has been a recurring theme.
Absolutely. Here for it, so.
Well,
thank you.
Video Ninja gives the password prompt as full alphanumeric, so it's like, I'm
sorry I didn't put 128-bit encryption on it, but I figured we can make it work. Once in a while, I do put something on there. Like if it's, I'll say, you know, lesser inner circle types where it's just like, you know, people who I'm like, I could see somebody being a chucklehead and deciding to create shenanigans or something. Not really, but like, you know, like there's people where I'm like, oh, I don't even need to think a thought about this. And there's just sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to give them their own password.
You're saying you wouldn't want a surprise co-host?
Don't worry about don't worry about it. We're gonna come back to this particular topic. I have no doubt. Now keep in mind that never mind. We're gonna save my commentary for when this actually starts. Let me do something real quick first though, okay? I need to send this to InfoCynic.
Dan, I will warn you.
Oh, great.
We
Do I
have
want a warning?
Well, it's a warning as in we may need to be in cahoots about when this podcast comes out because we had some ideas.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys are lucky. Like I'm mentally prepared for some of this. Save it. I don't want to talk about this now. This could be talks for after we're done.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to this. I do not want to go any further into this conversation because it will ruin lots of things. And I don't want that to be the case. All right. So I don't want to say anything else before we start because I would just
okay.
Unless you have anything I need to be aware of beforehand, which I mean truly need to be aware of.
I mean, I won't give you full details.
Then no, fine. That's fine. That's it. I don't want to hear the but. I don't want to hear the but.
Okay.
We'll sort the rest out after this, okay? All right. Let me actually position myself here.
See, I had to adjust my monitor to make sure my head is like more or less centered because like I got a new desk chair like
you look like you're going to hurt your back the way you're sitting. Are you like, is your monitor like 8 feet in the air or are you slouching like this? Are you like slumped over in your chair? This is weird to see.
Both ? So my monitors are on a stand. Admittedly, they're not tall enough for how tall I actually am.
No, you don't say. You need a standing desk for sitting. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, but I got this new chair like a month ago. It's a little bit smaller than the old one that I had. So I am slouching a tiny bit.
I'm giving you a piggyback ride this summer. I'm just letting you know that now. It will happen this time. All right. Well, if you're good, I'm just going to get this started. We're going to let chaos reign.
Channel 3 is the future.